Hello, my friend, and welcome to Functional Fitness Over 50. This is week 5, lesson 1. Today, we're going to do some of the movements that we did in week 4, lesson 2, and we're going to add just a little bit of work with weights today. Seated with weights, like if you have these pre-made weights you can get at the store, you'll probably want less than a 10-pounder on this one. Unless you're super strong in your upper body, and generally speaking, of course, men tend to be a little stronger in their upper bodies than women, so that might be appropriate for some people. But this bottle that I filled with water here from the house is just a little less than 3 pounds each, so you could also use something like that. So before you get started today, you might want to prepare with something for weight. You can also grab a couple cans of soup out of the cabinet. Those work great as well. Okay, so we will get started on the mat as we usually do. We'll just have a little bit in there in the middle where we do some stuff with weights. And again, we'll do some of the exercises that we worked on last week in lesson 2. Okay, so here we go. Let's start with getting down on the mat. And in that last one, which was week 4, lesson 2, was the first time that we did what's known as mat footwork. Mat footwork. That is done sometimes. That is done on the Pilates Reformer machines. For those who are familiar with the Pilates machines, we can do these on the mat as well. Helps to work our feet and work our core at the same time. And also we will go back into bridges again, which we've done before. We've added leg lifts to the bridges, and today I'm going to add a sort of a dip down for the work through the pelvic area, and you'll see that it relates to the pelvic curl that we've started with before. So yeah, that was in my Pilates studio workout this morning. We were working on those quite a bit, and woof, they are effective to get that core turned on and moving. So okay, let us begin. So feet flatten on the mat. Just going to roll back. There we go. Gently head down. There we go. There we go. Okay, good. Just going to do a couple of pelvic lifts so that we'll remind our pelvis that we're going to be working with it today, and it helps us start to get warmed up. So while your back is flat on the mat, you want to curl your pelvis up a bit and then release it by arching your back a little bit and just kind of rock back and forth. Let your core know it's going to work. And imagine keeping your ribs kind of pulled together here in the rib. And what we're moving this pelvis with is not our feet, it's not our hips, it's our core abdominal muscles. So we're just squeezing in and rolling up and releasing the little arch. Okay, just to get things started. And then we're going to go right into footwork. So there are different levels to do this, as we've seen before, and we'll go through again right now. So you can put your hands behind your head and rest your head down with your elbows out on the mat. You're going to bring your legs to tabletop, which again is 90 degrees at the hip, 90 degrees at the knee. And we're going to start in Pilates V, which just means keeping your heels together and opening your feet about a fist distance between your feet toward the front. Looks like that. Okay. And heels stay together. Want to keep those heels pressed in. Now this is one of those things, I'm working in the midline, right? We've talked about using the Pilates ball between the knees for midline work, and that's great. But also right now, the heels together, if you squeeze them together, you can feel that little bit of work on your inner thighs. So, okay, head stays down, elbows out, feet together, and we're just going to press out to about a 45-degree angle while pulling up and in with the core. Squeeze and press. And good job. Core in and up, and press out with an exhale. There you go, you got it. At a 45-degree angle, it's pretty safe. If it feels a little better to be a little higher right now, Great. If you can go a little bit lower, do not strain your back. So we never go lower with the legs if we start to feel the back come off the mat. The arch is telling you the core isn't strong enough yet to hold the legs lower down. So we're going to press out for 2 more with those heels. And 1 more. Engage those abs and back. And now we're going to switch the foot position from the Pilates V boop, boop, to the bird on a perch. So the feet come together, the knees come together, holding it at the midline with your knees together, and the foot is shaped like a bird on a perch. The heel is forward and the toes are curled over as if you were a bird on a twig. We're going to push out. That's really making those arches work. Engage those abs. Reach out, exhale, inhale. Knees stay together. It's always my biggest thing. It's always hard for me. Push out and in. Good job. There's that opposition. You're reaching out with those birdie perch feet and you're pulling in and up with your ab muscles, with your core. You got it. 2 more. Push, pull. And we're only pulling in to the right angle at the hip. That's it. Okay. And the last one is heels. So the feet are still together, the knees are still together, and this time your ankles are flexed and you're pushing out through the heel. Engage those abs before you go. Reach. That's it. Press out there with an exhale. Keep those ankles flexed, knees together. Mine are popping out. Bring those knees together. That's it. And heels press out first. 2 more. 1. Elbows out and 2. Breathe. Oof. Good job. Bringing those knees in. Give them a little rocky rock. Loosen up your lower back a little bit. Round in circles if that feels good. Excellent work. Okay. I'm already losing my band. Okay. So from the footwork, we're going into chest lift and then chest lift with rotation. Remembering that your elbows are out to the side. And when you lift up, your chin lifts toward the ceiling and then curls forward because you are engaging those abs. Knees stay together, feet flat. And when we lift up, we don't yank on the neck. We lift up from the core and then chin goes to chest. Lift up and exhale and inhale. Suck those abs in and inhale. Exhale. The weight of your head is back in your hands. That's it. You got it. Lift. And we're going to go right into rotation this time from doing this up the center. So we're just going to start with taking the right armpit toward the left knee and down, keeping the elbows out and down, armpit to knee, abs in, elbows out. Keep breathing. Suck those abs up. That's it. You're holding your elbows back and out while lifting your shoulder blade off the ground toward that knee, keeping the legs together at the midline. All these parts of your body are working at the same time, all being led from the core, which you are engaging. You can feel it in your back when you lift up. You can feel it all around through the whole exercise. We can do just a couple on the next level up if you wish, which is to come up here in the center, abs engaged, head rested back, and then when you cross over the armpit, you stay up in the middle and cross over to the other side. These get really, really intense right away when you're staying up in the middle and not resting down. Rest down if you're fairly new at this. Nobody needs to overdo it. But if you're at this level where you can comfortably stay up in the middle and cross over, 1 more here and 1 more here. Good job. Oh, love those. Well, I'm feeling warm. I hope you are. There's definitely some action going on in my core. So we're going to sit up now and go into the spine twist. First of all, a spine twist keeps the legs together, and then we'll do spine stretch forward. Why don't we do that way? Okay, so spine twist, feet are together, legs are together, sitting up straight, abs engaged, arms are out. All we are moving is at the waist. 1, 2, we're turning to the side. 1, 2. Again, inhale, the back stays straight, the feet stay right where they are. They don't get pulled around by the fact that we're turning the upper body. Breathe, nice deep breaths. Reach and reach back. Reach forward and reach back. One more each side. Oh, feels so good. Okay, so that was spine twist. Spine stretch forward has your feet out just outside the edge of your mat. Okay, and we're sitting up straight, shoulders back, arms out. So you can kind of reach out and then intentionally pull your shoulders down and back so you can feel that. Okay, so when we stretch the spine, this is not a hamstring exercise. If you start to feel your hamstrings a lot, you might need to reposition your spine. Not that stretching your hamstrings is a bad thing. It's a good thing. But on this exercise, we're really focusing on stretching the spine. So what helps is if we take a little pelvic curl back and imagine your lower back against the wall behind you, and then stretch forward from the spine and down. Come back up, nice and straight, and back to the beginning. So again, as you start to reach forward, that lower back stays on the wall while the mid back and upper back stretch forward and down and up. Reach down and up. So I feel this a little in my hamstrings, but it's not like a hamstring exercise specifically, which I would feel it a lot more. This is the spine. So get that lower spine back to the wall, reach out. Big breath. One more. Lower back to the wall. Reach the upper mid back forward and stretch it out. Excellent. Big breath up. Whew. Okay. Now we'll go into single leg stretch. So we come back to, here I'm going to turn this way this time. We'll come back to the mat. Can see me? Whoop. Get my feet in there. Roll down. There you go. Okay, this single leg stretch, you can start with both legs up if that feels better. We're going to just take a hold of the left leg with the right hand. Right hand goes to the left knee. Left hand goes to the left ankle. The right leg sticks out straight, and it goes out there with intention, out like a dagger. And then we switch sides. So now my left hand is on my right knee, and it goes back and forth. You go at the pace that's comfortable for you. Classically, it's done fairly quickly, like this, and that leg is reaching out, while the folded knee is coming in because you're using your upper body, your arm strength, to pull that leg in while you're pushing that other leg out. And there is that opposition in Pilates that tones us so quickly and completely. So much better than a lot of exercises I used to do in the gym. Keep breathing. Reach, reach. Good job. 2 more each side. 2 more. So that's 1. And then 1 more. And you got it. Okay, bring those knees in. Rest your head back. And I didn't remind you, anytime you need to rest your head back, if you start to feel tension in your neck, your head can always come down. And you could, even you can do these with your head down as well. So a good thing to remind you for a modification, you can do that with your head down. Okay, we're going to roll up to sitting. You can come to your side and get up like that. You could grab your thighs and roll yourself up, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Okay, oof. Up to sitting this time. Add a little bit of weights. So if you got your soup cans, your water bottles, your free weights, whatever works for you. Oh, and yeah, a little sip of water. We're going to do just a few exercises for the biceps, and then you want to work the opposing muscle, the triceps, and also for the deltoids, anterior and posterior. Those muscles that you feel if you put your hands here on the top of your shoulders and just lift your elbows up, you'll feel that those muscles pulling up right there, those are your deltoids. Okay, so I'm going to start with 2 water bottles. That's what I have 2 of right now. And we're going to sit up straight, crisscross legs, crisscross out here if the knees don't bend all the way in. You could also put your feet on the mat with your knees bent in front of you. But make sure, whatever position you are in, that you are sitting up straight. Back is straight, shoulders are back. I might actually do it this way today with my legs out. Okay, so we're just going to lift and lower. When you're working on your biceps, you want to make sure that your wrists stay straight. If the weight is so much that you are kind of doing this and flopping about with the wrist to hold it, then it's too much weight at this time. So make sure that your wrists are able to stay really steady, really straight. And you're just going to inhale and exhale and focus, really focus on those muscles. Imagine your biceps pulling the weight up and stretching out and pulling that weight up as you exhale and exhale. Good. Keep those elbows in close. Got it. 2 more. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Okay, so now we're going to go for the opposing muscle. Bicep and tricep oppose each other. I think I'm going to need to sit more crisscrossy for this one. Okay, so the shoulders are rolled back. You're going to hinge your body forward, not round like this, but keeping your back straight. Hinge from the hips. There you go. And elbows are going to come in straight with your weights or your soup cans or your water bottles, whatever you got. Elbows are in close to the body, and we're just going to straighten and come in. So we're using the tricep, the back of your upper arm, to lift and move that weight back. Again, don't forget, do it in the middle if you need to. Roll the shoulders back, elbows back and in close to you, and press out. And press out. You can, if you wish, turn so that your palms are facing the ceiling when you reach out, or so that your pinky is facing ceiling when you reach out. But again, shoulders are down and back, and we're just imagining that upper arm, the back of that upper arm, pulling together so it's lifting that weight out there, that tricep working. 2 more. 1 more. Good job. Okay, set them down a minute. Shake your hands out. Roll your shoulders. Oof. Wiggle around a little bit. Stretch your neck. Gently. I'm going too fast. Okay, shoulders are back. And this is for the deltoids. Remember we mentioned those? We're going to bring your weights up to your shoulders. Again, sitting up nice and straight. Elongate your spine. Let your head reach up to the ceiling. We're going to lift up, and the arms come close together. The weights don't need to bump into each other, but the arms come close together as we reach up. Inhale and exhale up. Inhale and exhale. And if you're more comfortable with your feet like this, that's fine. You can bring your knees together. This might be a good time for something between your knees if you're sitting like that. And pressing up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. If you want less of a rest with this, it makes it a little harder. Bring your elbows only to the height of your shoulders and then back up again. It's a little more work than allowing your elbows to come down. Exhale up. Inhale down. 2 more. Breathe. Abs are in, abs are in, abs are in. Ooh, and down. Okay, well done with the weights. Boop, boop, boop. All right, now we're going to come back to the mat. So you can put the ball down. Don't think we're going to need it for right now, except that we're going to go into rolling like a ball and roll-ups. So let's look quickly at the modification for those. Rolling like a ball starts with your feet close into your sit bones, however comfortably close you can be at this time. And the idea here is to use that core to balance yourself in like the shape of a ball. So where I'm at the level I'm at now, my heels are very close into my sit bones. I can reach forward with my spine rounded, my ears between my knees, and balance so that my feet are off the mat and I'm just holding myself here. If holding yourself here causes you to wiggle around a little bit, or you're not quite comfortable pulling yourself into a ball yet, that's okay. That's where the work is for you. That core needs to help you balance so that in the full use of the movement is like this. The feet are in close to the sit bones. You round it over. You roll back and roll up and catch yourself in balance so the feet are not on the mat. Often we roll back and get stuck. That's okay. Pull yourself back up again. And often we come up with momentum and hit our feet to the mat. It's all about finding that balance in between where we can roll back and still come up with our feet off the mat. So whatever stage you're at, if holding yourself right here feels challenging to your core, then just do this right now, because that's the ultimate goal. You'll know you'll be able to do this when you can do this without falling apart. So if you're fully rolling, we'll do 2 more after here. And again, stay nice and round. Your head does not hit the floor, by the way. Did you notice that? Oop, I got stuck. Your head does not hit the floor. Comes close, but not quite. Abs are engaged before you roll back and up, and then balance here. Well done. Not easy. Okay, speaking of not easy, but fun and really good for us, we'll try the roll up. So here's how we start the roll up. To build the strength to be able to do the roll up, let me say. Feet are on the mat. Knees are together. When you round yourself back, you use your abs, you use your core to roll yourself back with your arms out straight. You only go back as far as you can with your feet staying on the mat. If you come back here and it's like, whoop, my feet are up, then you've gone too far for the current strength of your core. We want to build more strength into your core so you can go back further. So you go back to wherever you can, keeping the abs engaged, and roll back up. Rolling down and rolling back up. This is part of the exercise. To go down to the lower back and come back up with the arms out straight, abs engaged. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That's what's making you move. And breathing. Okay, that is great. If this is where you are challenged today to keep your feet on the mat, keep doing that. If you're ready to go further, the roll up has the legs out straight, and we can start with the arms here. And what we want to do is bring the chin to chest, and then start with the arms where they are, close to your ears, really taking one vertebra at a time to roll forward so that you feel like you're reaching over like a beach ball or a basketball in your lap, and then roll back. And when we first start doing these, sometimes we go up really stiffly like this, and it's hard to get the back to bend. I mean, that's what the whole point of this workout is for, right? To work on one step at a time where you can loosen up those places that are sticky and get forward. So don't worry if it feels lumpy and sticky. That's okay. You'll get better at it. One vertebra at a time, sucking the abs back as you reach forward. And then finally, the full length of this is arms overhead. To start, arms stay close to the ears. Roll, and over and head rests down. One more. Whatever level you're at, try one more. But just so you see it, this is the full level of the roll up. Relax your neck. Take a breath and let your back stretch out. And then come back up to seated. Excellent. Roll-ups aren't easy. They take a while to be able to do the whole thing. To be able to get up from the floor when you're flat out. It's not an easy task. And every single thing about it is growing that strength in your core. When your core is strong enough, your body's able to do it. It just takes a while to get there. Flexibility, strength, and balance. They come together. They don't all come at once, but they come together in these mat exercises. Okay, so we're going to bridge now. So we're going to roll back. And actually, to start with, get your, whatever you're putting between your knees if you wish, and roll down. Oh, I need to come forward a little bit. And roll yourself down. Feet are flat on the mat. Arms are flat on the mat with your triceps pressing down. So they're working. They're not just laying here, right? These arms are working. Your palms are down, your triceps are down. Knees are together, whether there's something between them or not, they come together. And just lift from your glutes and your upper hamstrings. Lift and hold and breathe. And roll down. So when you're rolling down, you're going one vertebra at a time to get to the hips, right? Rolling, just like when we do a pelvic curl, it looks like that. So curl up, and lift your glutes and your upper hammies right up, and roll back down. One more, roll back up, lift and hold, breathe, roll back down. Okay, this time we're going to come up without the ball because we're going to use one leg at a time. So come up in your bridge, lift your left leg up so your toe is pointed. It may be here at the 90-degree angle. If it's here at the 45, that's okay too. But you just want to bring that leg up to where you can and then flex the foot and bring it down. Oops, don't lose your butt up. Wherever you could lift your butt off the floor, try and keep it there while you point your toe up and flex your foot down. Point your toe up and flex your foot down. Even if you're just an inch off the floor here under your butt, you're getting work done there in that movement. If that's too much right now with the leg, stay here on the floor and just do the leg part. Toe up, heel down. Make sure those abs are engaged while you're doing it, and that's one more on this side, and down. Bend that knee. This leg comes out. If you can stay lifted, stay lifted. Make sure that glute, that left glute and that left hamstring is holding you up. If that's not where you are today, stay down here and do the legs. Point the toe up and the heel down. Toe up, flex down. This is what's helping me to stay up, in addition to my glutes and my hammies, is that integrated core. Keep it strong, keep your breath moving. Point up, flex down, point up, flex down, up and down, and one more, up and down. Okay, now we're just going to try another bit of an exercise with the bridge shape that involves a pelvic curl sort of thing. So you might want to use that object between your knees again. And we're going to lift up into the bridge, whatever level you can lift at this time. And this requires some brain power. While you're holding your pelvis even here, we're going to dip the right hip down a little bit and then back up. And then dip the left and lift it up. So you're in the bridge, you're dropping your right hip down a bit and then bringing it back up. Down and then up. So if you're working from the floor, you're starting here. You can just lift that right hip a little bit and lift that left hip a little bit, sort of pointing your hip bones to the ceiling. You're still getting work in there that is building toward the place where you can get to bridging and lower right and lower left. And we always stop in the center so we avoid momentum. The exercise, the movement stays very intentional. Drop left, lift up, go to center, drop right, lift up, go to center, one more each side, left, down, lift, center, right, down, lift, and center. Whew, those will wake up your buns, won't they? Let's bring the knees in and give them a stretch. Again, you can roll them around a little bit. If it feels good to straighten your legs with your hands behind your thighs and flex your feet and point your feet a little bit, just to loosen up the back leg a little bit there. Good job. Okay, and we come back up to the exercises face down. So we did, last time we did a bit of swanning, we did swimming, and we did look under the rock. So let's go through those again. First, I need a little sip of water. You too? Yeah, we want to do extensions like working on triceps and upper back and all of that, as well as flexion. So let's come down on the mat on your belly. You can see me? Okay. And take your right hand and put it flat on the mat in front of you. Your left hand on top of it. Okay. Center yourself, let your hips relax, let your tops of your feet go to the floor, and put your forehead down on your hands. Now, before you do any movement at all, I want you to think about that core. I want you to think about a little ice cube being underneath your belly. So you're pulling in and up on the core, and you can already feel that in the back side of your core just as well. And so as you engage the core, you're going to lift. It's only a few inches. You're going to lift and lower. Your forehead and your hands stay attached. They come up as one unit and down. Whew, this exercise, I can really feel it. My shoulders, my upper back, my mid back, my whole core, and down. Lift and down. And it's really easy to let a lot of it get into the glutes, but we want to try to think about lifting from that upper back and shoulders and down more than too much in the glutes. Breathe. Lift. On the next one, we're going to hold it for a few seconds. So keep the body relaxed, but get the core on before you lift up and hold. Just breathe. Hold yourself here comfortably, as long as you can comfortably. We don't want any strain in the back, but we do want to feel those muscles working. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Whew. Way to go. That's not easy. That's really good stuff for you. It's great for your extension. Okay, so now we're going to swim. So in the swimming, you can have your elbows about in the same place they were, but you can reach your forearms ahead of you. And we're going to lift each leg, keeping them straight, but lift them off the mat a bit, squeezing the glutes to lift them up. If you can get part of your thighs off the floor, that's an advancement. But if you can just get your lower legs off the floor, that's great because you're using your glutes to lift them. And we're going to lift and then just flutter. Keep the legs fairly straight and just flutter them. Up, 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 like you're swimming. This is great extension work. If you feel comfortable and you can keep your core engaged and balanced, you can add the arms a little bit here by straightening the arms and fluttering them along with the legs as if you are swimming. Don't strain your neck. Make sure it's coming straight off of your spine. That's it. You got it. Another couple seconds. Just put the arms back down if needed. And down. Whew. Okay. That's not easy either, is it? It's really great work for your body. Okay, last one is bringing the arms, the elbows down a little bit so that they're leaning right sideways off the shoulders, like what we'd call goal post arms, right? And then your forehead starts out on the mat. The tops of your feet are on the mat. And you're going to turn your head to the left and lift that left elbow and a forearm in a straight line off the floor. As you turn your head, you're going to lift it a little higher like you're looking under a rock, and then down. Turn your head to the other side, lift that right elbow and forearm together, and down. Then to the left, up under that rock, and down. Turn your head to the right, look under that rock, and down. Are you keeping a hold of those abs while you're doing all this? It's easy to forget them, isn't it? And turn your head to the right, lift the elbow and forearm down, left, and down, right, one more each side. Here we go, we can do it. Under that left rock, down, onto that right rock and down. Whew. Okay, let's do a little stretch here. So roll yourself back so you're in child's pose. Knees come apart a bit, butt to the back. If you cannot sit down all the way on your knees, just go as far as you can there, and then reach out with your fingers as far as you can so you get a pull, right? Reaching your butt back and your hands forward on the mat, abs up and in, and you're really stretching. Oh, I can feel my back lengthening out my neck. It feels so good. If you can go all the way back to your heels, great. If you can't, don't worry about it. But no matter where you are, those arms are out. Big breath. And then take your right hand on top of your left, so you're stretching from the side a bit. And down. And then bring the right hand over, put the left hand on top of that, on that side. Stretch again. And then to stretch those legs, we will end with a downward dog. Downward dog in yoga looks like your hands are out as if you're doing push-ups and planks, and you curl your toes under, right? And then lift up to wherever you comfortably can. The point is, if you can, reach your butt up and back so that you're stretching through the upper body, and then lowering the heels toward the floor. You're stretching all down the back of the legs, the calves and the hammies. Just hang there a minute. Sometimes I just kind of turn my head, nod yes and no, let my neck relax. Oh, it's a good stretch. And back to the mat. Gently put your knees down. Sit back and give yourself a round of applause. Woo! You did a great job. All right, so that, my friends, concludes week 5, lesson 1. I will look forward to seeing you on the next one. And please, again, if you have a question, a celebration, a comment, please go into the community and post that for me so I know what you're thinking and how I can help you next. Okay, see you soon. Take care of you.